Question number 12. Automate repeated tasks. Chief Sales Officer in Future Image Technologies Limited would like to send all new channel partner accounts to the legal team for profile verification on every Friday at 10 in the evening. So legal team exposed a web service point to which Salesforce system should send newly created partner accounts. So what should the administrator use to complete this request? So we got four options: use schedule flow, use schedule process builder, use Appexchange product, use record triggered flow. So let's try to understand this question a bit. So we are talking about sending accounts, right? Accounts information, new channel partner accounts information to legal team for profile verification. This is a very common scenario in a business organization. So whenever a new customer or account is added, right, usually it gets reviewed with legal team. We get an opinion from the legal team, and you ensure that the customer that we are working with, right, does not have any legal obligations. So this is very common, and looks like this particular uh, question, right, contains one additional thing, as in we got to send the accounts not as and when it is created. We wanted to do that every Friday, as a batch, isn't it? Every Friday at 10 in the evening. So I may have, 10 partner accounts created. I may have other partner accounts created, but together at 10 in the evening every Friday, I want to send that to the legal team. So legal team looks like they have exposed a web service. I just wanted to post this data to the legal system. So talking about the different options, right? We'll just start with this record triggered flow. So record triggered flow, uh, we'll just go quickly here, and then we'll just try to create a new flow. Let this, yeah, let this open. Yeah, good. So this record triggered flow, number one, it runs in the background. Yeah, and the trigger point for the record triggered flow is when a record is saved, updated or created. Yeah, but here there is no trigger point. So there is no trigger point, which means at 10 in the evening automatically, right, the system needs to be, the system needs to find all the new partner accounts created, and the system needs to post that information, right, to the legal team web service. Correct? So record triggered flow is not the right option because there is no trigger point here, right? So that's why record triggered flow is not the right answer here. So use Appexchange product. There are a lot of Appexchange products available in the market, that helps you to do this job. But is that appropriate? Do we really need Appexchange product is the question, even though it can be accomplished using any Appexchange product, right? So let's review the other options. If you don't find any, appropriate appropriate way to implement this use case, then we can choose option C. But for now, let's keep option C aside. Let's look at option B. Use schedule process builder. So talking about process builder again, right? The process builder, it's in the sunset path, at least right when this video was recorded. It is in the sunset path going forward. We cannot create process builder in the system. Salesforce has recommended to migrate all process builder automation processes, right, to flow. So we cannot choose option B because this is not the right or the recommended one. So option B is incorrect. So let's look at option A, schedule flow. First, let's see whether we have any flow types called scheduled, right? So we do have multiple types of flows. So the one is record triggered flow. We had seen screen flow is fine. So there is something called schedule triggered flow, right? So this exactly matches with our requirement. So this gets launched at a particular time and frequency, and this is the trigger point because that's precisely what we wanted to happen, right? So I'll just click here, click on create. The first thing that I can do is I can set a schedule. I can just say that I want this to run on Friday at 10 in the evening, and I can just say I want this to run periodically, every week I want to run. So now the schedule flow is helping me, right, to set a set of or to do a set of repeated tasks, which is gathering all the new partner accounts created and then sending the details to the legal team. I can just configure all these things as additional steps right here, configure the steps right here, right? And on every Friday, exactly right at 10 in the evening, it will start running on its own, which means option A is the right answer here, right? So we just kept option C aside, right? So option C is also not, appropriate, appropriate, way to accomplish this request, because we don't unnecessarily, right, have to purchase App Exchange product. So we do have our scheduled flow, inbuilt in Salesforce, which we can use to accomplish this request. Hence, option A is the right answer.